All right.
This is just the beginning, so.
I'm digging it so far. Takes a turn for the worst. I don't know.
What? Look at this.
Yes.
When are you going live? Are we live now? Oh,
Dancing live. Sorry, everyone got to.
yo, what's up?
Now
How'd
you
you like our dancing?
Right. Try to erase that from your mind.
No. What's up, everybody? This is Hiram.
BK?
Chris Rangio.
And behind the board, the legendary, the one and only birthday boy this week, murdering Ming Chen.
Oh,
What's up, everybody?
Magnificent Ming Chen.
Yes. Merciless. Well,
Merciless
I think,
Ming
well,
Chen.
that was from the from Flash. Gordon I think it was Ming the Merciless, right?
Yes. No,
Yeah.
this Ming is way cooler.
No, yes.
Way nicer, way smarter. You know, he's the bomb.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the latest installment of the Hang On to Your Shorts podcast here from iconic A Shared Universe Podcast Studios in Red Bank, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And you know what? First thing I got to talk about, because it just makes such perfect sense. Happy National IPA Day.
Yep.
Yes, IPA, India Pale Ale. Just a couple years ago, I had no idea what the heck that was until I met this gentleman over here. And he introduced...
I will take credit for that.
Yes, he introduced me to Cane Brewing, and, and that led, to Icarus Brewing, and now the magnificent Ross Brewing.
Yes.
So anybody that out there that likes craft beer, especially IPAs... This is your day. Yes, Papi. Yes, it is. So how have you guys been? What's been going on?
I just came back from vacation, so I'm really relaxed.
Nice. Where'd you vacate?
Wildwood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So I was able to just relax and have a good time. It was
any
nice.
stoves?
I smoked a few, yeah.
Nice. Were you allowed to do it on the beach?
No, not the beach.
Not on the beach.
No, not
on
the
beach.
No, not the
On the
beach.
beach.
I've never tried smoking a cigar on the beach because I just don't,
Okay,
get distracted.
no,
But
I get it.
no, the house we were renting had a nice deck. So like at the end of the day, I just like I smoked a few, so it was nice. Good nightcap. But yeah, we went to the beach every day. It didn't rain. I was really happy.
So it only took 3 minutes for us to segue from IPAs to smoking.
Well,
And the finer things, yeah.
Yes, the finer things. Which reminds me, Casa
Monte Cristo, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I work for them, so
Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's only right that we talk about cigars.
Well, yes,
we always do.
And they've sponsored us the last few years, and yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And what have you been up to?
Me personally, working.
Working. You're
Working,
going on vacation
but,
soon, though, right?
Yes. I'm traveling.
Where to?
Good question. No.
South Carolina.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm going to Charleston.
Nice.
Nice.
Going to Charleston. I'm going to do a Comic-Con in Charleston. It's all about me. But no. We're going to Charleston, and
Have you ever been before?
oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
It's but my son and my wife have not. So this will be and my pup has not. So the pup's coming with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she's a 11-month-old Maltipoo.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's very cute. Actually, I have a picture of both of them. I think I'm allowed to show this on air. I don't know if I can or not, but
Of course you can. Well, depends. I don't know if they can see it.
yeah. Well, that's good enough.
Don't pause, zoom in,
Yes.
Right.
The internet's powerful.
She's adorable. He's adorable. I love them both, and so they're coming with me.
Nice.
As well as my wife.
Nice.
And we're gonna go to Charleston. I'm gonna drive some crazy amount of hours to get down there, and we'll get there hopefully before or after the hotel allows us in.
Awesome.
And we'll go to the pool, hang out. I'm hoping to check some breweries out in the area. They say there's some right around the area that we're at. If it happens, great. If it doesn't,
I have to give you. I went only one time, like years ago, and I went to this really nice brewery. And but That was like 2010 or 11. I don't remember. It was just or it was probably a gastropub.
Oh,
one of
nice.
those type of places. Yeah,
See, that's what I was actually looking for.
yeah. It was really. Yeah, I gotta remember what the name was. But
We have a lineup of 2 restaurants right now. Where it's Magnolia's is one of them, and I think that was a recommendation. And there was another one, but we want to do some like low country food, some barbecue.
You'll have a good time.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure,
I mean, my wife and I are kind of foodies. My son is kind of like chicken nuggets.
yeah. Well, they have nuggets everywhere.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
Getting very excited about going. I know you're going on vacation in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes, in literally like 2.5 weeks.
Italy?
You know, right after.
Did you
No,
say Italy?
literally.
Oh, literally. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Diana, I, and the kids are gonna go to I believe Hilton Head Island,
Nice.
and that's gonna be fun. Yeah, but I was researching it. There's a lot of things out there that don't exist here in the Jersey Shore. Like for example, like brown. Not that they don't exist here, but they're much more common there. Brown recluse spiders.
Ooh.
You know, we have timber rattlesnakes, and earlier this week, someone in New Jersey was actually bitten by a copperhead snake.
Little
but
did
over
you know.
there,
I didn't know that. No.
over there, they have cottonmouth moccasins. They have copperheads. They have brown recluse spiders, and they also have alligators.
All the dangers.
Yes. No. You know what?
And none of the fun.
We live our lives, but on the way down, I'm going to have this conversation with the kids. You cannot be as carefree as you are here in New Jersey. You can't be walking in the woods with headphones on.
Yeah. No. But I think the same thing would be going on if you were going to Arizona and we're dealing with scorpions or something like that.
Yes, and rattlesnakes there
Yeah.
too. You know, diamondback rattlesnakes.
I don't know how
Hence
you got on.
Arizona Diamondbacks. So yeah, we have a couple of
Arizona Diamondbacks, isn't that a baseball team?
yes, but they're named after the diamondback rattlesnake.
Right.
And that's not a maraca. All right.
No, but is that the thing that they do in the stands?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
That would be. Yeah, I was going to say if they're not doing that,
Then they're really missing out on a marketing opportunity. I feel
truly.
like.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have a couple of news, and then we got to segue into our main segment tonight. So like I said earlier, this is National IPA Day, and speaking of, one of the nicest, coolest persons in the world, John Ross Kokoza, and his awesome brewery in Port Monmouth, New Jersey, Ross Brewing. They put out their weekly lineup for August 3rd through the 6th. So beginning today, from 4 to 10 right now, if you're not listening to us, they have Christmas movie trivia, and it began about 30 minutes ago. It is National IPA Day. All IPAs are buy one, get one 50% off. Nice. They have International Beer Day is tomorrow. Available to Casa de Ross members, Rat and Rye, which is their newest release.
Okay.
Friday, Rat and Rye is available in 4-packs. National Oyster Day on Saturday, and live music with Chris Lynch, and National Ice Cream Float Day. Ice cream and beer paired.
That could be dangerous.
That could be freaking very dangerous.
Yeah.
And live music with Chaos Theory from 2 to 5 p.m. So, hey, we cannot have a podcast here and not send love to our boy John Ross.
True.
Thank you so much for your kindness. You're freaking the man. We also have another announcement. We're staying in Monmouth County here. During our festival, that first day, I met a very nice gentleman. It's horrible that I don't remember his name, but you know him.
Yes.
Mike. Where the heck is the name over here? Son of a
This
fish.
is live.
Yeah, right. Is it Mike Sedano?
Yes, it is.
It's Mike Sedano. I didn't see it. I just remembered. Sorry, Mike.
Great.
I apologize. But this gentleman is the head of something called the AP-in3, which is the Asbury Park Film Challenge, which is New Jersey's #1 film challenge, is to create a 3-minute film in 3 weeks. Up on the screen, you can see it right now. I think you could even register now if you want. The way that the gentleman told me this happens is you go and you meet with them. They give you a topic and a prop.
Oh, wow. Yes, I remember.
Okay.
And then you have X amount of days to film. I believe you have 3 weeks to film the short film, You know, 1 week to go. So I believe it begins August 7th. So right now it's 4 days.
Yeah.
August 7th through the 27th is the Asbury Park Film Challenge. Filmmakers, especially if you're local or semi-local filmmakers, this is an excellent opportunity for people like you, Chris. You know,
I didn't even hear about it until now, honestly. So I think
yes.
things like this are really good because it's like it's an extended 48-hour film festival, you know, because 48 hours does like props, lines, and I think wardrobe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's what they do here. Sponsored by the Asbury Park Film Arts Council. And it's in filmfreeway.com/AP in3 challenge. So, hey, filmmakers, this just sounds like a really, really awesome, fun challenge. I wish Mr. Sedano were here because I would ask him, does one have to physically be there to receive the kit? I do believe that the films have to be shot in
New Jersey.
in New Jersey or in Asbury Park. Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a beautiful freaking town to shoot a film.
Sure.
You know?
Especially during the week when there's not so much traffic.
Yes. And even in the weekend, you know, there's sights.
Yeah. It's summertime, so that's the only reason why I'm saying that.
Yes,
It's
no, I
busy.
agree.
It's busy.
It's busy all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, hey, guys, if you can, definitely go check out the Asbury Park Film Challenge. You know, the link will be posted on our, in our podcast down here. Pivoting to one of our good friends who had
Joseph?
Andre Joseph, who screened an amazing movie, Dismissal Time. Picked this up from social media. It's screening tomorrow night. It says, be sure to get your ticket for our next screening of Dismissal Time, AJ Epic Short Film, Friday at 6:30 p.m. as part of the Black Voices block at the Chain NYC Film Festival. And chainfilmfest23.eventive.org. He's the nicest, coolest dude. So
Very cool.
And it's a great movie. And if you didn't catch it at our film festival, you could catch it on theirs.
There or probably some platform, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it will. I think it's still running the film festival circuit.
Cool.
Speaking of our buddy too, right now we're pivoting to who's that handsome mug right there?
Well, if it's not Ming Chen, it's got to be Joe Cernio.
Yes. Yeah, the difference is in the hair.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
Cernio has his slick back. Ming has his spiky.
Yeah. Because that's how he rolls.
That is how he rolls.
I mean,
So,
I would have worn it the same way as Ming, and I probably did for a long time until it started going, hey.
Way
Yes.
back.
yes.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead. Yeah. So apparently our buddy had a feature in LA Weekly.
Nice.
He was one of the top 10 trailblazers in the entertainment industry.
Very nice.
Okay, yeah, so this is freaking awesome. And not to be outdone, he was also nominated for Best Actor, for the movie Loved, which screened at our festival.
Yeah.
In the Independent Shorts Awards, which I believe are in LA. So our buddy Joe Cernio, as he always does, making waves, him and Shoreline Media.
I actually saw him walking into, it's funny because, like when you know people, you kind of like, you don't think too much about it. Like if I see Ming walking into Wegmans for some reason, I don't know why he would be, but he might walk into Wegmans in Ocean.
What, does Ming not eat
Well, no,
food?
I'm sure. No, I don't know how often he shops, but I did see Joe Cernio probably about a month ago walking into Wegmans. I think I told you this. And I was like, it was like a Saturday night or something like that. And I'm walking out with some stuff and I see him walking in. I was like, hey, Joe, what's up? And he goes, hey, man, how you doing? I'm like, good. And he goes, I said, you having a good weekend? He goes, yeah, how about you? I'm like, good. And that was it.
He's like, you can place him. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
I know his face,
Yes,
but I don't know where
right.
from.
Well, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
I know him because we've hung out with him a bunch of times. A wonderful guy.
No, he knows who you are too, but just, have you ever met
Yeah.
someone out of context?
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. Like when my son sees his teacher in Walmart or something.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, what do you do here? Don't you live?
Yeah,
at
don't
the
you live at the school? Yeah.
Yeah. So Ming would appreciate this. This happened many decades ago. I don't even think if Chris O was born yet. But like in the mid 90s, I was in freaking Disney World. And it was during spring training, Ming. And we're in Disney, and as I'm walking in one of the lines, there's a young gentleman. young black gentleman, no hair, like strong. And I'm like, I know this cat from somewhere.
Was it Don Cheadle?
We make eye contact. And like, he seemed very receptive. Like, oh, somebody's going to come say hi. But I just kept walking because I'm like, I couldn't place it. And as I'm walking away later, it hits me. It's freaking Ron Gant of the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, it was the afternoon.
Not
so
Don
spring
Cheadle,
training.
but that's okay.
I believe, and I could be wrong, but at the time, the Braves were, their spring training home was Wide World Sports in Disney.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's cool.
it makes perfect sense. Out of context, it has happened to everyone that's watching or listening right now.
Yes.
And now we're pivoting to La Casa de View Askew and the shared universe of, Kevin Smith. Apparently there's going to be something called the Rock of Ages Punk Rock Flea Market and Tattoo Expo, September 8th through the 10th, 2023 at the New Jersey Expo and Convention Center. This is close to you, right?
Yeah, Edison, New Jersey. Yeah,
Yeah, Edison, New Jersey. So, hey, man, the View Askew family is going to be there. Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran, our boy Jeff Anderson. Okay,
I think I might want to just go because I don't know Jeff.
You've never met? I've never met him, obviously, but I figured you guys. I don't know.
No, because he kind of came out of the woodwork when they did the third, right? He kind of like what woodwork. I mean, he actually that's kind of apropos because wasn't he doing like some kind of like carpentry or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
So he.
Yeah, he's back though.
Yeah.
He's
So-
back.
Yeah, no, oh, that's great. So I mean, that's I would
Nice.
like to meet him. Brian is a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
Met him a bunch of times. Every time I've met him, he's like, "Oh no, that's cool. You're like family and stuff like." Just super cool guy. I had him take a picture with my son probably about 3 or
That's
4 years
great.
ago. Well, actually before COVID, everything
Pre-COVID,
before-
everything.
Everything's
pre-COVID.
pre-COVID, yeah.
And we went to some place in Middletown. There was like a Comic-Con toy thing, and Brian was there, and he Jackson often asks like, can we go see Brian at some point? I'm like, well, dude, he's not like
It's not
he's
that easy. Yeah.
I got to catch up with him.
Yeah.
It's like so. This would be a really great.
And
time.
he's done. Hasn't he hosted the festival before too?
Oh, yes.
several times. Yes,
The award show?
Yes,
along with Ming and Mike and
Zavzik,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
and our boy, Rob Akampora.
Yes,
had to
yes.
send him some love and shout outs.
Feel bad. Wait. You should just clear the air here. Rob, we will pay you at some point. I feel bad because
we just haven't seen him.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen him, and the bank still owes us money. So imagine that. The
bank owing.
bank still owes you money. So
Yeah, don't even get me started on banks. yeah. I'm not gonna go there.
No.
Anyway, yeah. Before we go on, obviously we had to send love to Rob Akampora,
Yes.
and I hope he's
And
doing well.
A game.
And the A game is just like an amazing, one of those on the down low, great,
Podcast.
shared universe podcast studio experiences. The people that he's had,
Including
is
Ming.
amazing, including Ming.
Weren't you like 99 or 100 or something like that in there?
I was number 1, and then
Oh.
I just did another one. So I was 96. So
Yeah.
he's got,
Jeez.
Nice.
almost at 100.
Yeah.
And we got to flex a little bit. First time
Oh, yeah,
he was
we
in
should.
his studio was with
yeah.
us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With us,
It's like
absolutely.
episode 0. Yeah, the pilot.
No. So yeah, and you know what, buddy, we got to catch up with you, and
Yes,
I'm sure you
yes.
can still catch him on the Rat
Yes.
Radio occasionally,
Doing a gig.
doing a gig here and there. So definitely Rob Akampora, Rob A Game Akampora. That's his nickname right now. Before we continue with our main guest tonight, who's also one of us, but he's moving and shaking lately.
A big mover and shaker.
Yes. I omitted, and I should have said what's up to Johnny Cruz.
Oh yeah.
Yes, the other day, because he was kind enough to invite me to do a small part in one of his latest short films, yet unnamed. But I look forward to hearing that, and hopefully, the scene that we shot doesn't wind up in the cutting room floor, which happens sometimes in production.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He knows, right now we're going to focus on something called the Jersey Shorts Showcase, which is going to be premiering on August 19th, 2023 at Smodcastle Cinemas. And, we have this gentleman here, Mr. Christopher Arangio. He's going to be... Chris O, first of all, you have to tell us what all of this is about.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I think since 2021, I've been just trying to work on a bunch of different things. My own personal like podcast, films, and all that. And I would say by the end of June, I wrapped up like my third short I've done in like 2-3 years that I wrote, produced, and acted in. And I was like, a few of my friends were like, you know, where can we see these? How are we going to be able to show them? Obviously, putting them on YouTube is a goal or is a avenue you can take. But I was like, yeah, I don't know. I always thought it'd be interesting to like rent out a theater and maybe just do a showcase. But I didn't want to just it to be like the Chris Arangio hour. I feel like that'd be a little egotistical. Although some of my friends were like, you should just do it. I'm like, nah, that would not. I don't think that would go over well. So I asked a few of local filmmaker friends of ours, mine, and that you have met before, to if they wanted to show some of their films in here. So we're doing kind of like 30-minute blocks for each filmmaker, and you get to show as many films as you have that like fits like the 20-minute mark. So Gina Marie Rodriguez is doing Cruel and Unusual Therapy 1 and 2.
Gina.
We know her.
My friend Andrew Froning is doing 2 of his shorts that have like 150,000 views on YouTube.
We know him.
Yep. We have Jay Palmieri. He's another independent filmmaker that does horror films. He's great. Bill Drummer. He
know
helped
him.
out a film.
Yeah.
I think her name is Meg Arden. Is the writer director of that film. Another filmmaker, Robin Hunt, and then Jess Vasquez. Is showing 2 of her films. One is being a premiere, and I'm showing 3. Where one is in the festival circuit, and 2 are kind of like this is like their premiere for them, and then they'll eventually be in the festival circuit.
Nice.
But it's just the funny thing is like for my films specifically, like all the other filmmakers who are showing films here have helped on my films. I've acted in one of Jess's films. I've helped out on other films here and there. So I just think I just find it really funny that all of us have worked together on a bunch of our films, right? And this is just kind of to showcase it. It was just honestly too, after my wife and I went to go see Chasing Amy at Smod Castle Cinemas, my wife was like, you should do a screening at this venue specifically because of how much, like, you know, when Kevin Smith was like introducing Chasing Amy and talking about it in the beginning, and this was when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out.
Right.
He's like 2 people came in on opening night, and we're like, how? Like, you know, like if you've never been to the movie theater there, like it's of such a like homage to him and his movies. So like right then and there, like going to the lobby, taking nice pictures like that. That's the experience too.
Wait. He said only 2 people showed
On
up.
opening night.
Oh wow.
So you know, I think
That's because he didn't call me.
yeah.
He called me, and Hiram
You know,
would have been there.
But like
I would've been
now I think like with Oppenheimer and Barbie, like that's bringing people to the movie theaters again. I think there's a superhero fatigue out there a little bit too.
Oh, I agree.
But I think with other movies, like, you know, there's just different movies out there. I didn't see the movie, but I hear that movie Sound of Freedom is really good.
Yeah, it's
you know, so like I think
cry
people,
fest, but yeah,
yeah, I think people are just kind of itching for new stuff, and
sure.
Barbie and Oppenheimer are relatively new, you know, like new movies and stuff. I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure Barbie will be franchised. Like I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3 of those, honestly. But yeah, essentially, to get back to it, my wife was like, "Why don't you just do it at a theater that like needs the support, essentially?" And I think, you know, Kevin Smith, along with Zach Braff, other people, you know, they represent New Jersey filmmaking. So I think
Zach
Braff, I love Zach Braff.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you know, but I think more so like, you know, when we went there, like,
because we're friends.
oh, do you? Oh, you know him? Oh, okay. But no, I just thought it was probably the right place to do it at.
Yeah,
because it's
super cool.
You know, everyone there's from New Jersey, although they might, like, you know, Jay lives in the city. I think Jess lives in Philadelphia. But everyone's from New Jersey. And we all met previously at like a small showcase. Like I've met Andrew through Jess. Like, you know, you just meet through all these film festivals.
Now, would it be overstepping the bounds to say that you've met any of these people at Hang On to Your Shorts? It would be.
No, I'm trying to think. Have I?
Only
I think
because,
I met. How did I meet Bill Drummer? I think I met Bill on a set but then he's been to Hang On to Your Shorts.
Okay.
Well, I can
I've
tell you
met-
with 100% certainty, I've met all of these people. that hang on to your shorts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was throwing it out there, because I wasn't sure where. I mean, because you've worked with and had people work on your sets and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I still would love to have Steve come.
Steve Hannes, come back. Yeah,
I would love him to
did
come on a show.
Yeah.
with us. And, I mean, he did it virtually, but
I would love that too. He did a film that he wrote and then I directed. That's going to be premiering here too.
Oh.
It's a comedy. So yeah, I mean,
wait at this thing.
yeah, it's called When a Blind Man Cries. It was like kind of my idea, and then Steve wrote the screenplay, and I was like, you know what?
Well, Chris, I have a lot of ideas, so if you can make them happen, I will tell you.
I
what they
would
are.
love to just. I mean, obviously, my goal in life is just to film all the time, every time. It bring in money. But this event I'm just excited about. If it goes, if it's successful, and if people are interested more in it, I'd like to do this like every 3 months.
That would be cool.
Just I don't know if I would do it through a Film Freeway. I'm doing it through Eventbrite. I'm doing it through social media and all that. But I would just I don't
What's
know.
the response so far? I mean, do you mind saying?
The response?
Yeah.
I think it's been pretty good. I've been doing things a little out of my comfort zone with like just randomly messaging people like, "Hey, here's this event." But that's what I think that's kind of what you need to do.
Yeah, you got to let.
You need to really blast the. We're learning it too through Hang On to Your Shorts. Like you really just have to be posting almost every day, having content every day, things of that nature.
Having a website every day.
Yeah. There's no website for this, for this event, per se. There's a Facebook event, but Gina's helped out a lot because she ran Westfield International Film Festival. I think working with you guys the last 2 years has kind of helped me too. Just like, I don't know, I would just be afraid of being like, hey, come to this thing, right? But like with Hang On to Your Shorts, I think when we were put, especially between the festival and Best of the Fest, like interviewing people through like Instagram Live and things of that nature, when they came to Best of the Fest, like I felt like I already knew them, right?
Yeah.
And even like people returning to the festival this year, like Loring Murtha, like it's like him and I knew each other, So I think there's
Mark Kloberg.
Mark Kloberg, yeah. I mean, I remember Best of the Fest. I saw Mark's film, and it made me feel good because I remember asking him a question about his film,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You're like the only one who like got essentially like got what the idea was." I was like, "Oh, that makes me feel good because his films are amazing."
Yes.
Like he did a documentary this time around,
I
like
know.
so. But I've met a lot of people through Hang On to Your Shorts and just going to events too. So I'm kind of hoping that this provides something for it too. I don't know what will come of it. I think going to Smod Castle, seeing some cool like artwork, the potential of maybe Kevin Smith being there. It might not be. I don't know. But I mean, Steve tweeted it out, and Kevin Smith liked the tweet, so I thought that was pretty
All right,
dope.
that's cool.
But I don't know. I just think
He's a very cool guy.
Yo, I've never met him. One day
I have not met him.
Love to.
But he's
yeah.
part of my Instagram stuff. So
Nice.
Ming, Kevin, a few other people.
Zach
Yeah,
Braff, yeah.
No, I actually have to do that. I just think he's funny because I've seen him in a lot of things.
Yeah, no, Scrubs is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh,
too.
yeah.
But I think
and Wonder Years with the guy who used to be on
he's in Wonder Years.
Psych. I'm thinking about Psych.
Oh, Psych. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
great show too.
sorry.
It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
But no, I just think it's a very an important event for New Jersey film in general. I think maybe I'm being biased, but I think New Jersey film is extremely underrated. When people think about film, they always think of New York and they think they always think the city and things of that nature. But I think new talent coming out of New Jersey is like, you have Paul Rudd, Danny DeVito, whether we like him or not anymore, Kevin Spacey, Elizabeth Shue, just
Me.
us three.
Yes.
I don't know.
By the way, I have not been in a film since probably 15 years now.
Are you auditioning?
No, you know what? Anybody who wants a bald guy with glasses who can act. Look, watch this. I can act. I can act. I
almost believed you there.
I could look. If you give me a minute, I could cry on cue.
Crying's tough to do instantly.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
absolutely.
Give me a minute. I'll just poke myself in the eye or pull a nose hair out, and I'll start crying. But you know what? I could do it. I wanted to be an actor. Look, it all started when, and I'm going to go off tangentially here, as I do.
It all started. I love when
It all started when I started watching Saturday Night Live way back in the day when Belushi, Aykroyd, and the whole crew were on. Garrett Morris and Gilda Radner.
Chico Escuela. I'm kidding.
Yes, one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
But I wanted to do comic acting, and you have done that.
Yes.
In a few showcases and films, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. So we did this film a million years ago. Myself and CJ Cullen, who I don't really call CJ, I call him Chris, but we did this film. Day of Work or something like that. I can't even remember the name, and that was it.
Yeah,
like I haven't had anything since then, and I
mean, it's tough.
And I belong to SAG. No, I don't.
Do you? Oh, so you acted right there. You got me.
Yes.
But no, I don't know. This event just came about by people kind of. When I started floating the idea around, people, I always know, like, if I'm floating a movie idea around or any idea around, like, the responses are like night and day. Mm-hmm. If I'm floating a movie idea around, my wife will be like, yeah, it's all right. Mm-hmm. And then if I float like a good movie idea around, she'll like start asking more questions.
Oh,
right.
That's cool.
So for something like this, I would Steve, Andrew, just asking like, what would you guys think of it? Yeah, I'd be in. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So that's when I started like, all right, let's start.
I have a 30-minute short film. I would have been in.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
So that's the next one.
Yeah, there we go. And the Q&A, like each
film.
filmmaker.
On your own? You made this?
No, the Ryan Calloway production.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Each filmmaker can get a Q&A as well, if they would like to. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how it came to be. I feel like I'm trying to always stay busy, but it's like, it is tough to do. But this is something I just wanted to try and see if it works. If it works, then we'll continue to do it. If it's kind of like, if it was a miss a little bit, or like a strikeout, or just not a lot of people came, we did it. We still are going to have a good night. I'm still going to have a good time. Yeah, no. But I'm also, it's like I want all my friends who are showcasing as well to just see our like work on the big screen.
Yeah.
That's the goal of it.
Yeah. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because that's what we try to strive for with Hang On These Shorts. I mean, that's the whole idea. But we didn't have Porter this year. We didn't show any films at Porter because we're showing them at the showroom. But as I'm saying that, what I'm saying is it's a beautiful thing to sit in a theater and watch a film, watch the work you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, you've often said that, like, oh, wow, it would be so cool to see it in the theater. And so I think if we can really push this, because I would love, look, I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm hopefully going to be at I'm going
to be away too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to be at Fishbone and P-Funk, which I can't miss because a buddy of mine just, like, called me last night. He's like, no, you have to have this on your calendar. You have to come to this. And so those are two of my favorite bands. So if it wasn't, like if he said, we're going to see, I don't know, whatever, some random band that's, I don't know,
not good,
Lady Gaga or something like that, I would have been like,
you just offended all Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I just alienated our whole audience. But in any case,
I'm a monster.
There we go. You're a star. That's being born.
Right.
I know.
All right. So you guys.
But no, yeah.
I don't know her, but yeah. So anyway, if he had said that to me, I would have said, no, I'm going to this thing at the podcast. No. But you.
It was kind of like, it is last minute. That's why I would like to maybe do something again in the fall, just because people are more around.
Please.
I probably wouldn't show the same films again if I'm working on something or if people have trailers or two. But I would probably want to. Just if anyone has the opportunity to do it, just show, like you just said, like that would be an opportunity to show one of your films. If there's other people listening to this, I would love for, I would just love for people to contact me through Instagram, Facebook, and be like, hey, I'm interested for the next one. And then we just go from there. So I just think it's just important for people to, because I think I don't want to sit here and like bash streaming at all. I don't know much about it. But there really is nothing like going to the movie theater. I'm really happy that I'm in an age where I grew up going to the movie theater, seeing some good movies, but also like I remember in 1999 they re-released Empire Strikes Back, and I went to the theater with my mom, sat front row, and was like, I can't imagine, like, is this what it was like, back in 81 or whenever it came out, 81 or
well,
So it's just kind of like, I think that's important. I don't know if like kids are missing that. I know adults are. I know we're like there's times where I'm like, oh, I hear it's not a good movie. I'll just wait for streaming. For streaming. When in reality, I think you should go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is obviously a little different. It's independent filmmakers being able to go to a movie theater that was created by one of the, in my opinion, like godfathers of independent film.
Sure, yeah. Without
Smith,
a doubt.
Richard
Yeah,
Linklater,
Yeah.
So I think it just is it's a little fitting for like this, for it to be there.
Yeah. So, a couple of very quick points. Number one, yes, Gina Rodriguez and a lot of people that he mentioned. Gina has been personally very helpful and very kind and very available and receptive to any questions or anything. And anytime we need a little bit of a brain trust, she's one of the people that we reach out to. And Gina, we're very appreciative of you. And another one of the points that you made, Diana and I went to see Oppenheimer the other day. Oh. And, star-studded cast. I had not seen Josh Hartnett in anything in a while.
Oh, I even forgot that he was in that.
Tall, rugged, handsome son. He went from like the little reluctant, lost out to Ben Affleck, Kate Beckinsale in Pearl Harbor to like, the man.
A grown man now,
A grown man now. And I saw Casey Affleck there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's in it too? Wow.
Casey Affleck. So here's the thing. Why do people create art? You want to work with friends.
Yeah.
This is why we do what we do. This is why Kevin has been so gracious and generous with his light. That's why Ming is so gracious and generous with you want to vibe and do fun things with your friends.
Cool.
So this is what you guys are doing, and I understand it and appreciate it. Something else that I really do appreciate, this is kind of like film festival adjacent. Obviously the dynamics are slightly different.
Yeah.
With film festival, depending on the film festival, you have $50 to submit a film. You take a gamble. Is it going to be accepted? Is it not? You never know.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, we're telling you that we really do try to fit in as many movies as we can, that are quality movies. Obviously, there are things that get denied, and if they ask for feedback, we give it to them honestly. We don't pretend to be the masters of filmmaking, but you've screened movies for us.
Yeah, and even when I was submitting to you guys, and I think all my films I've submitted to you guys have gotten in because all you guys are just like, we want to bring in as many good films as possible. And there's been times where I've seen some amazing work, and it's just like you feel like accepted, honestly, when you do something like that, But I agree. There's some times where you do enter to a festival, they take your $50.
It's happened. It's happened to all of us.
And I know there's times where I just wish that
we got accepted. We got accepted, and we were unaccepted.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to name the name of the festival, but it was around COVID, and it's done a couple of times in New Jersey, and apparently they couldn't screen the first time because of COVID, and then when they screened the second time,
your film was bumped?
They pushed. No, it was bumped. It went from accepted to unaccepted.
That's bull.
Yeah, that's so no. Right. The Jersey Shore Showcase.
Shout those people out.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that because you know what? Things happen logistically.
Sure. You're kind of.
It's joking. Like people. It's like people talking smash on us because we changed the schedule around last minute when a theater went offline.
Right.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Right, yes.
Things happen.
Shit happen.
But I like the Jersey Shore Showcase because I've actually thought of doing this sometimes. Let's get a couple of friends, rent a movie theater, and screen our things in a theater.
He has talked about this almost nonstop.
No.
Not really. No, but I'm just no.
No, but the Jersey Shore Showcase is really, obviously, with this, it's just a very specific group of filmmakers that are going to be there.
I asked people who I have worked with before and who I think would be willing to do it. Next go around would be more interesting to be like, I may not know of you. Like, there's some people I may know. There's some people I might just hear from word of mouth. But I still would. I'm not gonna be like, oh, your film's not good enough to do it. Like, if you're willing to, if the fee is going to be the same price, and you've split it between the filmmakers in a 20-minute span, you can show X amount of films in a 20-minute span. Essentially, that's kind of I think what I'm trying to do. So, I have 3 short films playing. One's 7 minutes, one's 8 minutes, and then one is like around 12.
Talk to me about Without.
Yeah. All right. So one of them is the film Without.
Yeah. which I loved.
Thank you. Yeah. So
I haven't
it's
seen
not. Yeah. It's not.
You haven't seen it?
I gotta. Yeah.
It's
It's
all
not.
over the internet.
No, it's not live yet because I'm still submitting to festivals, which we're kind of shocked that this one hasn't gotten accepted as much. Like the director Andrew Froning and I,
I'm a little
just because
shocked.
it's a very, it's probably one of the most intimate projects I've ever done.
It's poignant.
Yeah, I
With Danielle Aleman.
yeah,
Daniela
she's great.
Macarino.
And Cassandra Perez,
Who's that girl right there?
that's Daniela Alman.
Aleman.
Alaman, and then Cassandra Perez is the other character in the film, and then yeah. So I just
Whose house is it?
That was my mother's house.
Oh, nice.
My mom, yeah. So it's weird. So let me get a little serious here for a second.
sure.
You guys obviously know my stepdad had a stroke in September of 2021. And there was a point in time, my sister, myself, my mom, and even my stepdad were he liked writing, but my mom, my sister, and I are artists. Like, my sister teaches art. My mom, like, I got into art because of, like, my grandparents, my family, and all that.
Nice.
And, like, my sister and I could not, for the life of us, like, create art while it was going on. So it was just kind of like, it just, we felt, so I didn't really try to do it. I was recording, the podcast about mental health and arts during that. And that was a nice, I think, grieving stage to, like, talk about stuff.
Sure.
But I wasn't really writing anything. So I ended up one day just, I don't know, it was, and also my stepdad had a stroke, and then at the same time, like, I found out my wife was pregnant. So, like, there's just these wave
Wow.
of emotions, because you obviously you're scared and excited about being a father, and you're happy, but you're also like, this might sound stupid, but I was like afraid to be happy, like, around my mom and stepdad, because they're in the thick of it, honestly. So I just, one Saturday, I think I just sat down and I wrote. I just was writing. I went, to my couch, chilled, went back an hour, like, revised it. I printed it, I showed my wife it, and she, like, started crying. She's like, threw it at me. She's like, "Why'd you have to make me cry?" I was like, "Well, that's a
it's good.
Yeah, no, I was like, that's a good thing. So we ended up filming it in one day at my mom's house, which is, I guess the irony of that or something. But it's just dealing with grief. The character I wrote and produced it. Andrew shot it. He directed it. And this was the most, like I said, probably it's, who knows? I don't want to speak about any future projects because I don't even know what they are yet. But to date, this is like my most personal one.
I could tell.
Yeah. So, and I was, like you mentioned earlier, I like doing comedies. I think I don't want to say comedies are easy because they're not. If they're not funny, then obviously they're not easy. I think acting in comedies are easier because I think, like, if you take things very, very seriously in a comedy, they come off even funnier.
Yeah. Yes.
There's been 3 films in my acting career that's been a challenge, and this was one of them. And they're all dramas, actions, and all that. So, but this one, like I said, I was very blunt with the actress, with Daniela and Cassandra, about what this film is and what I'm trying to get across. And I think Daniela was a phenomenal scene partner. We sat out there probably like, 4 or 5 hours, and that's like the bulk of it, and just sitting and talking, and she I don't want to tell her story either, but she was going through stuff as well. Yes. She was nominated, like, on an online festival. She was nominated for it. I think personally, any festival we do end up getting in, I think she should be nominated. I'm being biased, but
yeah,
I think if she was nominated over anybody else, like, I wouldn't be like, man. I would, it's like when Katie won for Little Did She Know, like, how can I be angry that, like, a character I wrote and casted, and Katie brought it to life. Like, I can't be angry at that, So
but they also have to do the job that they're doing.
Yes, and she was great. The rehearsing in person is a lot tougher, I guess, these days. I think when you're working on something bigger, you do need to rehearse in person. But her and I rehearsed virtually 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
And
virtually?
Just because I think it's just easier.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just dealing with grief. I don't want to explain too much of it because it will kind of give most of it away. Eventually I would like to put it online.
Yeah.
I have it on my YouTube channel, like, unlisted. Yes. I want all my projects screening at Jersey Short Showcase. I'm going to submit to hang on to your shorts. But yeah, I'm really proud of this one.
Yeah, you should.
a lot of people's
awesome.
reaction have been the same, which is great. So,
Digging it.
I don't know if you guys have any other questions about the film. I could definitely answer.
No, well, I have not seen it yet, so I definitely look forward to seeing it.
Nice.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
But no, it's called the film is called Without, and it's going to be one of the films that is going to be screening at Jersey Shore Showcase at Smott Castle Cinemas in Atlantic Highlands, August 19th, 2023. I do believe that's a Saturday.
Yep.
Yes.
7 to 10 p.m.
7 to 10 p.m. That's what the next thing I'm
you
going
want to get around there. If you want to get there around 6:30, if you want to kind of meet and greet some of the filmmakers, we're going to be taking some photos there. It's just a cool venue to take photos of because he has his movie posters up and cool artwork. And yeah, we'll essentially do we'll do like the Chris Arrangio block, Q&A with all the actors and crew that was a part of that. Then like the Andrew Froning block, do a Q&A, filmmaker block Q&A, filmmaker block Q&A for like 3 hours.
Which is really what we want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if we're able to do it with timing and everything. Our host is his name is Brian Pollock. He's also in Andrew's film The Door, that has about like 170,000 views on YouTube already.
Wow.
So go check out Fro Video. It's if you don't get a chance to go to the screening here, it's a really cool horror film. Horror films do really well online. If you haven't noticed, I'm starting to notice now. Some comedy skits and stuff do well, like for TikTok. But horror short films, man, they crush it online.
I gotta say that to Ryan Calloway. Big shout outs to Ryan. Yeah. He's had a really a challenging time in his family the last month or so, but he's bouncing back, and look forward to hanging out with him very soon. I want him to do more short films because he's really good at being a filmmaker, as are you. And I can't wait to see this movie, Chris.
Thank you.
I watched it a couple times.
That's wonderful.
I had to because you know why? Because you sent it to me twice. No, because I watched it. I watched it and I said to myself, you know what? I really want to like really kind of scan this and take it in and what I thought I knew, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I started watching it and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, when Daniela read it, like when she first read it, and like up until like the last page or two, it kind of turns its head on you a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's like, oh, I just thought it was going to be this basic ABCD, and then when she read you can call it a twist, I guess. But when she read the twist, she was like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
didn't see that one coming. So I thought that was every reaction from it so far, from my peers, you guys, and like Daniela reading it, the other actress Cassandra reading it. Everyone that's read it, I've gotten what I've wanted from it, I guess, in terms of like how they like it and all that. So, I don't want to really base it on, this has been rejected by like, of course I know how many festivals, 8 festivals it's been rejected by.
What?
Because that makes me, that fuels me.
Right. Well,
but like it's been rejected by 8, but it's been accepted to 4. It just played at another one this past week, and I wasn't unfortunately able to go to A Light at the Dark Festival in Princeton by, I think, Melissa Whitley. She's really, really cool person.
Yeah.
Screen there. So yeah, I mean, you got to appreciate the people who are going to, it's one of my shortest films I've ever done too. So that was a challenge in itself. Like, how am I going to try and tell a concise story in 8 minutes? Because the attention span of everybody, myself included, people don't really have it. But I also don't want to limit like the storytelling. It's such a weird thing when you're like trying to make something where you want to like catch people's attention, but you don't also want to stunt your art, right?
Yeah.
So it's such a weird.
I felt it was very. I just felt it was very real. For me, working in the field that I worked, this was very, very real. It was tangible. I mean, I was like watching it. I was like, I could feel myself like getting emotional.
He's a counselor.
Therapist, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
counselor, I mean, same thing.
Well, no, it's nothing against anyone else who would watch it. I want to send it to you two guys because you guys are very supportive of me. Like even before I really started working with you guys are always like.
Well, because you do good work.
Well, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate that.
Different if you were throwing shit at the wall. We're kind of like,
yeah.
huh?
But no,
Like
I wanted to get a perspective of a therapist's perspective because it is about like grief and how people handle it.
Yeah,
And I think that I don't think I was handling grief very well at the time, and I think I'm handling it a lot better. But I was like, how am I going to be able to kind of express what I'm going through? And I think, looking back, I think I expressed it how I felt about my stepfather through this perfectly.
Yeah.
So this was a good outlet for you.
Yes,
Grief
very
is a
good
very personal thing, and
Truly.
no two
But it's
people.
great that art can.
Yeah.
know.
It's cathartic.
Art
Very
cathartic,
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. Oh my gosh. So much, so deep.
Yeah.
And, music, motion pictures, everything. Even like the 21st century content creators sometimes really tug at you.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Chris O, you're part of this family. You've been a part of this family for the longest time, and we love you and we support you, and we look forward to seeing more of these and Jersey Shore showcases. And you want to know something? As soon as you know that this thing is going on, you just give us an excuse to come online and do a podcast and talk about things.
Of course.
And, speaking of, and I'm speaking to the filmmakers, either current, past, or even future filmmakers and Hang Out to Your Shorts Film Festival.
You have to try this.
Reach out to us, and this is what we do. We love to support a Shared Universe podcast studio as much as they've been very supportive of us, and and you and we all reside in this shared universe, which is this silly creative universe, the Jersey Shore, New Jersey, New York. A lot of creative people. The winters are long and cold, here in the Northeast. No. We have to go there because sometimes I do believe that that's what fuels some of this crazy.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Also, what it does is it gives a sense of purpose, and it also gives a sense of, something to look forward to. Because I got to be honest with you, if I didn't, used to come down, prior to having a child.
Yeah.
Come down to Hiram's and we'd watch films and we'd have share a few beers and stuff like that.
Which we can definitely do in the wintertime this time.
Oh,
Yes.
all right, that's
We
cool.
should do that.
That's great. No, that's very cool. And coming here and doing the podcast here gives a sense of purpose and something to look for me. Look, I'm not a winter guy. I may not look like it because I'm so pale and pasty, but I'm not a winter guy. And so the summers for me are like something I look forward to, and coming here and doing the podcast here, because this is what it is. I mean, I would have invited my brother down tonight because last night we went to see Dial of Destiny. I took my son and my mom to go see Indiana Jones.
Oh,
Which
nice.
was the final installment.
I hope so for Ford's sake.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got
Pushing
any more
90.
fuel in the tank.
But going back, I think that's what I love about your guys' festival is that it's in the springtime.
Yeah,
Like after a winter, it's
Yeah.
all right, you get something to look forward to in the spring, with festivals and whatnot. Because there's not many festivals in the winter, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's always in the fall and the spring, it seems like. So
Yes.
Well, it may be something to look into, but
Yes.
best of the fest or something like that. But yeah, we definitely, the art of it is what it is, and you showed me this, and I and even if you've said to me, oh, Bill Smith, you didn't tell me you made this, I would have looked at it and go, wow, like.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Without, I just thought it was brilliant.
Thank you.
Really liked it, and again, it's not because I know you or because I know our connection or something. Again, it's about how the art touches you. It's and that's what I love about what we watch and what we see. We have this opportunity. I say this all the time, and I say it sometimes with like a certain sense of emotion, because we've often said people give us their babies to take a look at and say, hey, this is what you've created, and say, wow, like look, and I'm blessed, and to be able to do what we do, watch films, talk about them, decide whether this is appropriate, can we have this in our festival, and then find a place for them to be, and then attach this whole thing, and then other people meet other people. When we were at Lovesick this past spring, there were a bunch of filmmakers. Andre Joseph was there, and who else was there? A couple of other people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people were there, and we just really had a nice gathering of just people chilling out and talking to one another about filmmaking and art and whatever.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
And I just one more thing. I really do just hope that this film is able to help anyone who is dealing with it. You know, I know some people who have yet to deal with grief, which is that's a blessing and a curse in my opinion, more so a blessing than anything. But I just hope it helps. You know, like the other actress in there, Cassandra Perez. She was going through a loss in her family, and she showed it to her parents, and her parents were like, "This helped them deal with their loss." I was like, you know, I don't ever think like that when I'm making stuff. I think when I'm making things, I'm kind of being very selfish in terms of like, this is just what I want to make.
Sure.
Right. You know, I guess I don't have that mentality of like, oh, I'm making this for the masses, because I don't have an outlet right now to show the masses.
Right.
But if anyone gets to come across it and watch it and feel something, then it's like, you know, I think that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, you have to keep us obviously informed if it ever goes on live, you know, social media, you know, our live streaming platforms. You just have to let us know.
Definitely, I'll make.
And we will do what we can. And listen, once again, you know, as we begin to wrap this up, you know, Hang On to Your Shorts family, past, you know, or future. Reach out to us. You know, I am hottieshiram@gmail.com. You know, he's Hotties Films Info at gmail.com. Or you could just hit us up on Facebook, Hang On to Your Shorts Film Festival, you know, page.
And if anybody wants swag,
yeah, we will, you know, we can save it till, you know, for a couple of months till next year. We'll sell it in the winter. We'll start doing that. Very quick. Anybody you want to shout out before we sign out?
Really quickly, I'll shout out everyone who's doing Jersey Shore Showcase, who's a part of it, who's been a part of it, all the actors and actresses on my films, my wife, you guys, thank you very much.
what about the kid?
Peyton, yeah, obviously, well, you know, I don't doubt she's watching, but
What? He's not.
but yeah, my daughter just turned 1 a month ago,
Oh,
2
she
days.
should be watching then.
So she's a year old, and when everyone said time flies, they were not kidding. I thought I was going to be different. I know this time around it's gonna be crazy. You know, it'll be a lot slower. She's talking now. It's like so many. She picks up on so many things. It's really a sight to see. Like you guys told me, there's nothing like fatherhood, and there really isn't. There really isn't. So,
No, it's super cool.
but yeah, that's I think that's everyone.
Cool. Oh, me. Yeah, so doing that trip down to South Carolina, taking my wife, my son, and the dog.
Nice.
Baby Pup. Baby Pup is coming with us. Baby Pup.
Nice.
Her actual name is Winter. Winter is named by Jackson, named her Winter.
I like that.
And I nicknamed her because I nicknamed everybody Baby Pup.
Baby Pup.
So Baby Pup's coming with us, and we're going to Charleston. Looking very forward to that, to get away, and then we're stopping off at Dogfish Head Inn.
Ooh.
Yeah, which allows dogs, which is very cool. And yeah, so that's what's happening. You know, working, hanging out, doing stuff, watching films when I can. Did you say you watched some? I said Dial of Destiny. I watched last night. Sleep deprived right now, actually. So if I'm goofy, it's because of that. It's because of that. And I worked all day. But yeah, no, Jackson loved it. My mom loved it. She was just like, oh my God. You know, it just reminded me reminded her of my dad, you know, because they watched all of the Indiana Jones films. And, you know, he's just a great actor in my opinion. And
Oh, yeah.
like I saw the first one I saw, I just fell in love with Indiana Jones. It was just like, wow, man, this character is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So we saw that last night. My son is 8, and he was like, wow. He said, "You're going at 9:50. We went to see a movie." And he was like nodding off in the middle. But I woke him up and I said, "Hey, come on, we got to get past the Nazi part." So
Here's some more soda.
yeah. And so we're doing that trip and can't wait to get back into the studio and hang out with you guys and do some more fun stuff for the summer. And my shouting out to Ange, Jackson, Baby Pup, and the whole, you know, Hotties crew.
Awesome. I want to shout out the Homestead crew and obviously, you know, the people that have been with us for a long time right now, which is the Smith Group, Lovesick, Orocho Insurance, Casa de Montecristo.
Which I have to talk to Chris afterwards because
Because we want to go podcast there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Ming, we would love it if you
Yes.
could podcast with us at because what we really want to do is podcast. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you. We'd love to podcast there, have dinner, drinks,
Cigars.
and cigars. Yeah.
Ming, do you smoke cigars?
Yes.
I've been known to on occasion.
Okay,
So, yes.
good to know. All right.
So yes.
I never
Good to
have,
know,
but I'm
good to
willing
know.
to learn because I hear you don't have to inhale. So
No, you
yeah,
don't.
puff. It's
Yes.
enjoy the aroma, the
So,
bouquet.
yes.
The bouquet.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
yeah, definitely. Last but not least, Pacific Lawn and Sprinkler, my sister Glickness, Alvin and the family, my whole family, especially Diana and the kids, CJ, Bella, my buddy AJ. I miss you already, buddy. I love you. I can't wait to see you soon. And last but not least, my crew, like my brothers at arms here, BK and Chris O, and our ambassador Rich Melolello, who I was talking to earlier, and our ambassador of Goodwill Ming Chen, who celebrated his 30th birthday this week.
30th?
Yeah.
I thought he was 29.
You get to celebrate for a whole week, brother, beginning tonight at Jamie. So
Yeah.
we're going to go there after I do my very, very quick, my quick self-tape, because everybody here is a working actor.
Right.
God, I hope this SAG-AFTRA thing gets resolved.
Yeah.
Please.
I got cheated out of a lot of
Me too.
day events. Oh my gosh. This summer hurt.
Yeah,
I
I
got to
bet.
get on set one time, but it's
Yes,
okay.
and that was very cool.
And that was cool. But you know what? Maybe next summer with God's help, and if I could sneak an event here or two during the winter,
That might work. Yeah,
a day
during
on
winter
set
break.
here.
And I'm very hopeful that you will have this. This will be successful because it's at a great venue, and I'm hoping that it'll be successful and that we do another gig because
Yeah.
I really, really want
That would be
to do
great.
this. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want to do this.
So come on out. Just come on out to Jersey Short Showcase, August 19th, 7 to 10. And you're going to see some pretty good short films. I really.
Fun.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Adios. Peace.
Have a good night.